Okay, so we got these boards set up here on the back of the golf cart. So as we do an inspection on the hive, we're going to do a mite inspection today and see how everything's going. We're going to try to mark the queens today. Basically, we've kind of neglected them over the move because we haven't had time to get into them. So we're going to just do a full inspection on the hive day. But these boards here are set so I can take the frames out and then line them up in here, because you need to put them back in the same order you take them out of the hive. So that's what this is for here today. Everything is harder with gloves on.
Yeah, it is.
No, that one just come in with some pollen, so they were finding some pollen now. Okay. It looks like they've capped their honey.
Really?
Yeah, I can see, look in and see all capped honey now. A week ago when I just peeked in, there was no capped honey. It's definitely going through a flow right now. We may have to go ahead and extract honey today. A lot of propolis on it this time.
You probably had to brace it for the move.
Oh yeah.
Wow, look at all that
Yep,
honey.
it's completely capped.
Let's see the other side. It's so cool. It is a lot darker honey too. You can kind of see the little
Yep, and
drip.
see they're already bridging down below, so they're out of room. Drive it further down into the hive. Right now we're putting there's a lot of comb built between the bottom of the honey super and the queen excluder. And so every time we take one out, we're breaking all that honeycomb and it's running down through the hive, so they're in mad dash trying to save it all.
inside the hive after we've taken out all of the frames. And you can tell they've been working on making more space, but there is a lot of these medicines. Dark
It's so
honey.
much different.
Did you just taste it?
I did. I just tasted it. It
Tastes
tastes
different,
so much different.
Really?
It's good. Okay, I think while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this honey super off the top. We'll shake all the bees off of it, get all the edge comb cleaned up, and we'll go ahead and do our hive inspection while we're here.
Yeah. You're just gonna shake them down into the
Yeah, I'm gonna shake them down into the hive. We was worried on a move that the boxes was gonna shift, but they're stuck really well, so that wasn't gonna be a problem. Get the brush still?
Yep.
Kind of brush off what you can here. Okay. And I'll set all these right back down in this box, and we'll take the whole box with us when we go to spin them. Oh my goodness.
You're probably gonna need the bee brush, aren't you? They're helping one bee get cleaned off. It's got honey all over it, so they're helping her.
We're gonna go ahead and start our inspection, and it has been a little while since we've been in there, so everything is really good and stuck down.
And they build up this propolis between the frames so everything's stable, so I'm sure there's plenty of it since they've been moving around on the wagon and such. Makes it kind of difficult to inspect the hive. It's like mostly honey.
It's a little bit of brood. Nope. Nope, that's all honey.
Those head too?
Yeah. So the walls are so built up that they scrape the honey in. We'll have to repair that. See no queen on there. And as we're doing it, we'll go ahead and take this bridge comb off and get it out of there. And this looks like it's going to be all honey as well. We may take a few of these combs too and make sure they have more room. And the key is to not take too much. But you also want them to have room. They've got to have room or they'll swarm on us. And if they swarm this time of year, they'll die.
Captured there.
Yep, there's some brood in the middle of that honey. I'm not seeing the queen though.
Queen.
And she prefers the dark side of the comb. That's sure heavy though. A lot of honey on it.
What happened there? That's so weird how they've done that over here.
because there's a bridge on this side.
Oh, yeah, there is.
And I don't see the queen on this frame. And I see no brood. Oh, there is brood. There's pretty good sized larva and some cat brood over here.
Why are they all cuddled over here? Okay, I don't see a queen.
Nope, no queen.
Okay. I've heard she'll try and run around on the sides of the frames to hide from
She
you.
likes to stay in the dark side of the frame.
Yeah. What a fun little bridge they've made.
It is definitely warm. We're gonna go ahead and take this bridge down so they'll move on with their repair in there. There just happen to be a few cat brood in there though.
Let me smoke them.
Oh, got stung.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to just step away for a second.
Yeah.
They
A
are
little overwhelming sometimes.
angry over there. I'm just looking for mites right now. I honestly don't see any. Maybe I don't have too bad of a problem.
So we're back to the house. We got the aggressive bees off of us. We still have little stragglers left here and there. They don't seem to be aggressive now that we're away from the hive. They once one stings, they put a pheromone out that puts a bullseye on wherever they stung you. So then everything wants to sting you. I've got about probably 30 stings between my knees and my hands. So
I looked out, I didn't get any.
yeah, we decided to call it quits for a little bit and extract the honey, and then we'll go back and reassemble the hive. Assembly. We're going to put her back together. It just sets right down in this. There's a bearing in the very bottom of the spinner here. It just sets the post down in the spinner. Like that. I'm going to put the gearbox on top. Studs go up through the hole. Line it onto the stud. And if you get it too tight, it puts down on the bearing in the gearbox harder than it needs to, and it won't hardly spin. So as you tighten it, you want to spin it. You'll hear it get rougher and rougher. When it gets real rough, you want to back up. That way you don't get too tight on the gearbox. Right there is perfect. So our protection lid's back over top of it so we don't get any dirt down in it while we're getting ready.
Look at all that honey.
You gotta saw too. If you don't saw, you end up damaging all the honeycomb.
And we save that for the bees to reuse after we're done because we put them in the extractor. The extractor just slings the honey out and allows them to use the comb afterwards.
That's how they're able to refill it so fast, is they don't have to build the comb and then fill it. Beautiful. I can definitely hear honey butter screaming my name right now.
Oh yeah.
And it's almost like they have different veins. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but right here in a weird shape is a real light honey, and all this is real dark and surrounding.
Yeah, you can definitely see it. I wonder what influences that.
I don't know whether it's density, you know, like their moisture level, or that little spot there was a different flower at the time. Lots of variables. And you got to be sure to get as much of this cap off as you can, because unfortunately anything that's not decapped will not spin out.
Yeah, the bees do a good job.
Yeah, they do. They don't want to. They definitely don't want to lose it. This is their winter supply, so they think. They actually always put up more. They're extremely busy, and they've always got to be going. So even though they've got plenty in their lower boxes to support them through the winter, they want to put as much away as they can. All right, we're ready to spin out this batch here, then. We're inside now after putting the honey super back on the beehive. Actually, they're already back into the field. You just see them coming and going from the hive out to the field already. So they're right back to filling it up again. But while they're doing that, we're going to go ahead and get all this honey bottled up. And it actually is quite a bit darker than what we got out this spring. We put two little samples together. This is what we got a month ago. And this is what we got now.
So there's a big difference.
There's a big difference in color, and there's a lot of difference in flavor. This is more aroma kind of flavor. I mean, it's very strong honey. And this is a very sweet honey.
And
so,
you can smell the difference too.
yeah, there's an absolute difference in smell. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get this bottled up, and that way we can get it all cleaned up and ready for the next go around.